To unpack today's COVID-19 news, and there is a lot of it, I'm joined by CBC's political affairs reporter Adam Hunter. Adam, what stood out in today's briefing?
Well, Sam, just the big spike in numbers as we've all been talking about today, and we should have anticipated after last night, the SHA sent out a news release and an alert, public alert, saying they've done a number of tests and they're expecting many more tests, up to 250 in the southwest and south central part of the province, and there could be a spike in cases, and that's what we've seen today. Now, just to refresh people's memory, last week there were 40 active cases in the province, and just today we have 42 new active cases. The majority of those cases in the southwest part of the province, 89 cases in the southwest and south central part of the province. And you heard from Mr. Kading there. He was asked about restrictions. I did ask him why no travel restrictions in the southwest and south central part of the province, as we saw in the far north a couple of months ago when there were just 25 active cases at the time. He said that's because northern leaders asked for restrictions. That's not entirely true, as many northern leaders say they weren't consulted. And we should note that there's only 4 active cases as of right now in the far north. The hardest hit area of the province is 0 in La Loche.
Premier Moe was not at today's briefing, but he did speak with CBC News afterwards. What did he have to say?
Yeah, he did an interview with CBC's Power and Politics, Sam. He was asked about a number of topics, including today's big spike in numbers. And he said it's something that the government expected, in a way, that there's going to be clusters when they start doing aggressive contact tracing and they're testing. They're going door to door in communities to try and find COVID-19 cases. He said it shouldn't come as a surprise to people. People still need to be vigilant. He was also asked about the restriction point that I mentioned earlier. And here's what he had to say about imposing some restrictions in those areas.
I know our Minister of Rural and Remote Health was on the phone all last night talking to dozens of community leaders and ensuring that we are coordinating our response from the provincial level right through to the local leadership level. So there are initiatives that are in place. We're not at the restricting travel yet. It's not to say that we wouldn't get there at some point, but we're not there yet. We're working very closely with the local leadership.
And now, Sam, Premier Scott Moe was also on to talk about a $19 billion in money that's coming from the federal government to be split among the provinces to deal with things like contact tracing and PPE to help fight the pandemic. It's something that he'd been advocating for on behalf of the premiers, as he's the head of the Council of Federations. Sam?
Thanks, Adam.